Hello and welcome to another How to Draw Dragons with the Dragon Story video. So in this episode, we'll take a little more of an advanced approach, do a drawing with a lot more details in it and whatnot. But for these first few videos, I figure I'm going to keep it pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And so I figured I might as well just draw some of the different species of dragons that exist in my world, like the naturals and the nobles. So I figured today I would do a drawing of a noble dragon, just the dragon head. We'll start with that. Then I'll do a dragon body later. And so with that, my tools, iPad Pro, Apple Pencil, my artist glove, and I have a little texture mat on my iPad Pro. So anyway, and brush, Vine charcoal. I use that for the eraser too. So yeah, just to start, I like to start pretty loose, and I just kind of start scribbling, trying to figure out exactly what I want to see in a dragon. And, for the noble dragons, I like the longer snout design. It's kind of horse-like almost. But I imagine these dragons, have connection to the much older dragons. They kind of have a noble heritage. One of the things that distinguishes their horn patterns will be really simple, usually only a single cheekbone horn. But sometimes those can vary in length. That might be too long. Let's try this. Yeah, something like that. Now, what's always tricky with these, they're such magnificent dragons, but their horns, since they're so long, like half my composition is like just their horns. So yeah, and I like designing the nobles with these really long, simple horns. There's not a lot of twists or turns. And I'm sure you've seen this design, this approach hundreds of times. But I mean, for these first videos, I'm probably going to stick with some standards, and then evolve after that. I don't like that. I'm trying to map out where this eye, and I call this the rough sketch phase just because I'm throwing down lines quite loosely. Not so much that, so this. Right now this dragon looks kind of mean. The noble dragons will often have much larger eyes. Take this down. Can I get the jaw in there a little bit? Figure out where the jaw is. Again, mapping out some of the neck muscles. Let me smooth this line out. Okay, so we have this pretty simplistic design, but I mean, maybe we'll have some fun. Because these dragons all have physical features that help kind of create their personality. And so let's put like a huge, you know, the scales along the spine. Let's make that really ornate. And, you know, maybe I'll go with a little bit more angular approach than some of my dragons. Oh, I forgot to clarify. I call this phase 1 rough sketches. You know, and maybe this guy even has some webbing in this front row right here. And with a mane like this, I'm sure this dragon's going to have like several rows. And we'll kind of make this dragon ornate, but not over the top, not like chunky. In a smooth, elegant way, we'll come up with like some scale patterns. And a lot of that I figure out when I get to the line work phase. You know, and so maybe there's some really smooth like lines right here that help make up the neck. Whoa. And for fun, let's give this dragon lots of chin scales. Like a little beard. And they kind of subdue as it converts into. And I'm not too worried about the horn behind it. Well, I can deal with that later. This rough sketch is just to kind of figure out the form, the shape that we're going for. I also like flipping it around, kind of looking at it from different points of view. Yeah, this guy. Or gal, I guess. Haven't decided. You know, sometimes these dragons speak to me as I draw them. I'm like, oh, okay, this is great. So anyway, yeah, I really like how this one, oops, I just shrunk him down. Okay, so I would say this is phase 1, rough sketch, just figuring out the shape, the form. You know, this kind of follows the rules of, you know, my noble dragons, simple horn structures, simple but long and elegant. And so once I hit this phase, then I'll move it into the line work. And so I do 2 line work passes, but so yeah, done with the rough sketch phase, moving on to line work. Definitely check out the next video to watch me create the line work for this. Thanks for watching.